Hi guys, how are you? Just making sure that you all can see me and hear me okay. So I'm actually currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram as well. So I'll just wait for a few people to join in. And if you are here, just say hi so that I can be sure that everything's okay. This is actually my first live today. So I'm happy to take your questions during this live session. Okay, looks like some people have joined us. So first of all, thank you everybody for leaving your comments, asking questions. Sorry, I haven't been able to answer all your questions, but sometimes the questions that you ask are not very specific, so I don't feel comfortable giving answers as well. But today, maybe in this live session, I'll try and answer most of your questions here. So just waiting for a few more people to join us. I can see some people are here, so thank you for joining us. Okay. Hi Rohit. Hi Mahisha. Hi Amir. Amir is asking, ma'am, any chance for offshore candidates in upcoming financial year of Australia? So yeah, as we know, this financial year, of course, no chance, but we are waiting for the new federal budget. So we are hoping that there might be some quota for offshore applicants. However, we don't know yet. So we are still waiting how they are going to look at the offshore skilled migration. Do we need to show financial status again after we going for a student visa after 485? So with that one, I think it will depend which institute you're going, what's the rating of that institute that you're going to, and what is the rating of your country of passport. So yeah, it will depend on case to case basis. So we'll have to see the ratings, and then based on that, you are asked for financial documents. So it's not based on from which visa you're going to a student visa. It's based on your provider and the and your country of passport as well. Can you share your contact number? Yes, so our contact number is available on our website. And if you do want to speak to me, you will have to book a consultation through our online link on our website. So we can give you a call, or we can do a Zoom session, or we can do a face to face consultation in our Brisbane office or in the Sydney office. What's the chance of 190 visa through a master's in nursing at the age of 35 years in Canberra? Um, Good chance, but then again, it will depend because with registered nurses, there are a lot of specializations in that field. So it depends, if you can get a specialization. But usually for registered nurses, I've seen that 491 is a little bit easy to get. 190 will depend on a lot of things. But if you're in Canberra, you may have a chance. But if you're still studying, it's really hard to say, because if you're still studying and you've got another year or year and a half to finish, so whatever the rules are there when you actually graduate will actually apply to you. So if registered nurse is on the list for 190 in Canberra at that moment, then yes, you can apply. But Yeah, really hard to say at this stage, unless and until you're holding a skills assessment at the moment, and we can look at Canberra skilled occupation list. Also keep in mind that every state they have their skilled occupation list, which keeps changing. So by the time you graduate, that may change. Zubair is asking, hi, actually my friend applied for 9-1 visa in New South Wales Riverina region as chef. He's having 3 months work experience and he's have offer letter as well. He gave them all how much time Riverina region take for giving nomination and what are the chances to come nomination. I would say good chances because they do have a lot of seats available, and 3 months is a good commitment, even though most of the regions are asking for 12 months, but it's case to case basis. So they can take 6 to 7 weeks. So you should hear something soon. Okay. Mohammed Singh is asking, there is no surety that borders will open. What do you think as students we should move? Yeah, we don't know when the borders will open, and if I say they are opening this year or next year, then that's not true because nobody knows. So we are still waiting for the official confirmation from the department, and also that there have, like I said, there have been some talks in the background, especially in Victoria and New South Wales, for bringing some international students back, especially the continuing students. So that is still happening in the background, but we haven't received any official confirmation about how they're going to do it and when they are going to do it. Okay, already got 75 own points as professional engineer and started masters by research STEM in regional New South Wales. What are the chances? So depends on your occupation. So professional engineer, that's good. With STEM, you do get extra points as well for STEM studies. So you will be looking at finishing your master's and then applying for that additional points. Probably look at the options while you're studying as well, if especially if you're in regional New South Wales, and if you can get a job in your nominated occupation. If you already have a skills assessment, then you really don't have to wait until you finish your masters and then apply. You probably may have some options now. Rias is asking, I would like to apply for business visa. For this, I have to clear some doubts. Can you share anyone's number? Um, Rias, you will have to book a time to speak to me. It will be a detailed consultation based on your profile. I can do the assessment and let you know if you are eligible for any of the business visas. Also, keep in mind that there are a lot of new requirements coming up with business visa. So it might be a good idea to get it assessed again, just in case you have already got an assessment before, as a lot of things have changed with business visa. Gaurav is asking, hi ma'am, my wife got 70 plus 5 points working as an aged care nurse in Victoria. She has 15 months experience. What is the chances in upcoming May 21 ROI selection? Yeah, good chance, as long as the occupation is there, and I'm not sure if you are in the regional area, but yeah, good chances because based on the data which is available on Victoria's website, looks like they have got sort of a lot of seats available. So all the people who are sitting in their system and who are working in the critical sector, they have a good chance. Anna is asking, which state has better conditions to support workers? Could you tell us your opinion about WA? Look, WA is pretty good state if you are their graduate. So as long as you have studied 2 years in their state, and your occupation is on their list. So right now they do have a vast list of occupations. They've got about 137 occupations. So if you're studying something which is on the list and about to graduate soon, and you have done 2 years of study there, as long as you can get a 6 months job offer letter in their state in your nominated occupation, or if you can get work experience of 6 months anywhere in Australia, then you will become eligible for either the 190 or 491, depending on under which visa subclass your um, occupation is available for. So WA could state as long as your occupation is there. They usually support their students a lot, and recently I've seen that they have been inviting with as low as 60 points as well, 60 points of your own, because state gives you 5 for 190 as long as you have studied higher education there. Path is asking, is PR in New Zealand easy? I don't know because we only do Australia. We don't do New Zealand at the moment. So probably you'll have to talk to a New Zealand immigration agent. Um, I Khan is asking, hi, I'm offshore. I want to migrate Australia in 2022 on employer-sponsored visa. So yes, you can come on the employer-sponsored visa as long as your occupation is there. But then I don't know which visa because there are a few types of employer-sponsored visas. There is 186 direct entry. Your occupation needs to be on the MLTSSL list. Then there is also 482, your occupation, which is a temporary employer-sponsored visa. Your occupation can be on the MLTSSL, STSOL, or ROL. And then there is also a 491 provisional visa, which is granted for 5 years. That is also employer-sponsored visa for employers who are in the regional area, and they have that actually has a very vast list of occupation. So in some employer-sponsored visas, you do need 3 years work experience and a mandatory positive skills assessment and 6H in English, whereas with 482, you may get an exemption for the skills assessment depending on your occupation. So again, if you need advice on that, I would say talk to a registered migration agent and see what your options are if you're planning ahead. Rohit Singh is asking why health examination is required for 408 COVID visa under non-critical sector. Health examination is actually required for any visa. So even if you're lodging any other temporary visa like a student visa, you still have to go through the health examination. So it is a mandatory requirement. Gitansh is asking what will the scope of electronic engineering and which university would be better for me. So electronic engineering, again, you'll have to look at the states where this occupation is open. So with these occupations where the competition is really high, so for engineering, IT occupations, in Australia, the competition is really high. So when I say competition is really high, I mean that you need higher points. The states, most of the states, they want you to have a employment or a job offer letter. And again, because the competition is very high, too many people do this course, it's really hard to get jobs as well. So you may want to stick to a state where job requirement is not there. Just based on your study in that state, you get the nomination. So you may want to look at Northern Territory, you may want to look at Tasmania, even South Australia is good. So those are the 3 states I would look at. Okay, when is normal flight go to India? We are waiting. We've heard maybe 15th of May, but we don't know if that will be extended or that will be the date. So we are waiting for the official announcement. Riyadh is asking, hi Suman, I am a Northern Territory graduate from 2019, but after my graduation, I haven't stayed in Northern Territory. Completed my PY in New South Wales. Do you think I'm still eligible for 190 Northern Territory? That's a tricky situation because usually if you have studied there, you are supposed to do your PYP as well there to show that commitment and then apply for the nomination. But yeah, I think that's something we can talk to the state about because as long as you're ready to go back there. If not 190, you may try for a 491. But yeah, I would say it will be a case-to-case scenario. We will have to talk to Northern Territory nomination team and see what your options could be as long as you're happy to move back to Northern Territory. Maybe you can say that you left Northern Territory because the PYP options were not that great, if that is the reason. But yeah, probably book a time to talk to me and we can discuss this further. What about Section 48 bar? So we don't know how that will look like because I know that applicants can now travel to New Zealand, but then you still need a tourist visa if you're a temporary visa holder in Australia. So and there is a long wait for tourist visa as well. So it's not something you can get straight away. Yeah, so really hard to say how that will work out, and it will also depend what you are planning to do, what kind of visa you're planning to lodge by going to New Zealand, and what visa options you have. So again, it's very specific based on your particular situation. So talk to me about that. in a consultation. If our first visa expired because due to travel ban, can we easily extend visa if COE updated? Yes, you should be able to do that if your visa has expired and you haven't finished your study, as long as you have a COE and you are happy to study online, because looks like that will be the option for the next few months, then yes, you can look at that option. Okay, Swastik Patel is asking, hello ma'am, how many times we defer the course? Please give your remarkable suggestion. Um, I think universities are not liking if you're deferring it too many times. I would say probably once. And in some cases, depends on the university's own policies as well, maybe twice, but more than that will be difficult. Hi, ma'am. I'm from Bangladesh. I've completed Bachelor's of Science in Textile Engineering. I have 8 years job experience as merchandiser. Which occupation will match? Merchandiser is actually on the list, as far as I know. Let me just double check. So if you can get a skills assessment as a merchandiser, because that's what your experience is in. No, I think merchandiser is not there. You'll probably have to look at something relating to textile engineering. So if you do want to get an assessment done based on your profile, we can suggest what occupations you can look at for the skills assessment, because as you know, skills assessment is the step one that you need to do before you even start looking at the skilled migration options. Casting is asking for a 38 years old, which state will help in getting PR with nursing degree? Probably look at Northern Territory then, in that case, because you need to get your 190 or 491 option as soon as possible. And you're already 38, so you're losing points for your age as well. You don't want to study in a state where they have any additional requirements. You just want to make sure that you finish your qualification, get your skills assessment, meet the state requirements, which in Northern Territory is just studying there for 2 years. Then probably you can look at 1D option based on today's rules. Angel is asking, I'm 35 years, I'm 10th pass, I want to work as a taxi truck driver. Is there any option for me? So it will depend what you do, if you have work experience and things like that. So we do have truck driver occupation available, but it is only on the DAMA list. So which means you do need an employer in the regional area for that one. So um, yeah, not very positive about your chances, to be honest. Do you deal in 801, 820, been together for more than 2 years? What's the best time to apply? So if you've been together for 2 years, then yes, I think you're ready to apply. But then again, we'll have to see what kind of evidence you have for your de facto relationship and things like that. So yeah, we can look into it. So probably get in touch with us. Is it better opportunity for 491 visa regional area in New South Wales as chef? What's the chances minimum point? Yeah, it's pretty good, because usually what I have seen is with regional New South Wales, they always have chef occupation in most of the regions. So if you're based there, that you really can't go wrong with the in minimum points for 491 visa for pretty much any state. All they want is really 50 points of your own, and they give you 15 points to make a total of 65. So yeah, so you really don't have to target really high points, but of course, if you've got better points than that, then it's good. But I wouldn't really focus on very high points for a 491 visa. What I would really focus on is getting a job in the regional area, like maybe a permanent job and a job of Valera and more work experience in a regional area. Piyush is asking, my name is Piyush. Is it good to study in Perth? How it will help for PR? So we just talked about Western Australia before. So Perth is actually in Western Australia, which is also a regional area. So you will get extra points for your regional study for sure. And also if your occupation is on there. They really support their international graduates, and if you can get a 6 months work experience anywhere in Australia or a 6 months job offer letter in your nominated occupation in Western Australia, you have good chances. My EOI is submitted, but file is not getting picked yet when they are opening borders for Indians. Yeah, so with your EOI, unfortunately, they are not picking up any EOIs from offshore at the moment. So, and also, unfortunately, we don't know when the borders will open. I think nobody knows at this stage. Is it possible to get PR after doing aged care and move to Tasmania and work in aged care for 1 year? So aged care worker is actually not on the occupation list in Tasmania or in the department's eligible occupation list. Aged care worker is not there, unfortunately, at the moment, but that may change. We don't know. So if you move to Tasmania and work there for aged care, it will only work for you. Like this plan will only work for you if you already have a skills assessment in an occupation. So looks like based on what you are telling me, it doesn't look like you have a skills assessment. So you'll probably have to check your qualification that you have done before if you can get a skills assessment through that, or otherwise you'll have to study something so that you can get a skills assessment. Jenny is asking, I have filed EOI last year in December 2020 when SA is going to invite offshore skilled migrants under 491, and any chances of opening Australian border this year? I really doubt that the borders will open this year. They may have like a capping. Every state may have a capping that how many people they can get in, but like fully borders may not open this year, but they may make some arrangements for temporary visa holders. We are still waiting for confirmation for that. We don't know yet. So with South Australia is not picking up any EOIs which are being lodged from offshore candidates. This may change in the next financial year, which will happen on 1st of July, but we still don't know. So we will have to wait with what policies the states come up with. Anhad is asking, what are the PR prospects for Diploma of Nursing in Think Education Adelaide, and will there be any work experience exemption after graduation if I work for 18 months for 20 hours per week as an aged care worker? So at the moment, enroll nurse is on the list. I think they do need 3 months work experience in your nominated occupation. If this will change, we don't know. Also keep in mind, if you will look around, I think most of the institutes there are already full for the full whole year. So a lot of students will actually graduate when you will graduate. So they may increase the requirements by the time you graduate, but we'll have to wait and see. So if you're working in your field, looks like you are, then I think you're on the right track. That's the best you can do at the moment. Hi, ma'am. When is the best time to come for studies in Australia? Is it better to study online? Harshan is asking. Um, You can, it is open. You can apply for the visa, start studying online, but it depends if you really want to study online. If you're not one of those who like studying online, then probably wait. And if you don't mind studying online, you can pretty much start and lodge the visa. The visas are coming through for offshore, like offshore student visas are coming through. So that's no problem, but it depends if that's really you're okay and comfortable with. Hi, ma'am. My son is at Brisbane last 4 years, will complete engineering from Griffith Uni. He's single child. If I wish to invest in Queensland, I hear that if I invest 1 lakh, repeat 1 lakh business is 1 lakh Australian dollars. Is it possible for PR for parents as well? The small business owner stream with the 100,000 Australian dollars investment that you purchase a business in the regional Queensland, that is available for applicants who have, in your son's case, he will have a skills assessment soon and he will be going on his temporary graduate visa. So it's an ideal thing for him to do. But no, it does not help that, including your parents as well in that application. So that again will be a separate process. So you guys will have to apply for the PR separately once your son has got permanent residency. Then after that, the usual parent visa pathway you will have to go, or you can get the assessment done on your own basis if you already have businesses overseas and have a business experience. Then we can probably assess you for the business visa as well. I lodged my EOI for GTI last November. No response yet. From when I am expecting to get response. So based on the notifications that we have been getting from the Global Talent team, they are still working on applications from last year, June or July. So if your EOI was submitted in November, so looks like we may have to wait a little bit more because they haven't reached the November EOIs yet. When they are going to invite the migrants from India, we are waiting. We don't know. So it may change the next financial year or the following financial year. So hopefully we'll find out in July what's going to happen in the next financial year. So guys, I may take few more questions, maybe a couple more questions, but I do plan to come live twice a week based on how my schedule is looking for the week. This is because I do actually want to reply to your comments that you're putting on my YouTube channel, but I never get around doing it with the kind of work I have at the moment. But if I can come live, I'm thinking maybe twice a week and, take your questions there. That's what I'm planning to do. But look, feel free to leave your comments, and I'll see if I can get back to most of them today, especially from this live session. I do plan to come back live on Tuesday again, based on how busy my day is. But I'll try to stick around this time, 4 o'clock, maybe Tuesday and Friday. I'm thinking for now, but no commitment. But this is what I want to do, so that I can answer your questions. So I'll take maybe a couple more questions and then I'll have to wind up this session. But yeah, like I said, feel free to leave your comments. And also, I just want to say here that I do try to update you through my YouTube channel with my videos. So make sure that you do subscribe to my channel, because then I know that if my videos are really helping you, if I should keep posting them. So make sure that you do subscribe. So and you also hit that bell icon so that you get the notification. So remember to do that. If you are watching me live on Facebook or Insta, make sure that you do actually subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so got a question here. So when we already have an MBA, is there a possibility to study commercial cookery? I'm an offshore applicant. So if you've already done a master's in your own country and you want to do a commercial cookery course in Australia, which is actually downgrading. So commercial cookery is at a certificate and diploma level, of course. Yes, you can do it, but it will depend on a lot of factors. You still have to meet the genuine temporary entrant criteria, that how come after MBA you want to become a chef, because it doesn't align. But then if you're in a situation where maybe you are working in the hospitality sector and that's where you want to get the skills, then yes, it is possible, but yeah, it will depend case to case basis. Okay, I'll take one last one. Is there a pathway from TSS visa to student visa in case I applied through a short stream for only 2 years and it has ended? Yes, there is. It happens a lot that when your 482 visa finishes, because you're on the short term stream, you can go on a student visa. But I'm just wondering what is the reason that you did not do anything while you were on the 482 visa. So I think that's something I want to make a video about in the next time I do a video for YouTube. 482 to skilled migration, probably that's something you really have to look at when you guys come here on a 482 visa, especially on the short-term stream. The 482 visa for the short-term stream does not have a PR pathway. So you guys really have to look at other options. So most of my clients that I deal with who are here on their occupation is on the STSOL list. They are here on the 482 visa. They, the ones who actually contact us on time, we probably, guide them to move to a skilled migration, maybe a 190, not a 189, they can't do a 189, 190 or 491 visa, or even like a 494 visa now, because 494 visa also has a very vast list of occupations. And if your employer is in the regional area, that is also, or you can find an employer in the regional area, that is also something you can look at. So don't leave it at a stage when you have to go to a student visa. Student visa should be like a last resort. So probably get in touch with us when, especially when you guys come here on the 482 short term stream, get in touch with us. We can create a pathway so that you don't hop onto another 482 for 2 years, rather go on a skilled visa or even like a 494. But yeah, in your case, yes, student visa could be a possibility. But if you can please get in touch with me, what I'll do is in the comment section I'll put our booking link, which is also available in the description of our YouTube channel. So book a time sometime for next week. I think there are some slots available for next week to talk to me. We can do a Zoom or phone, like I said. I'll also be coming to Sydney on 5th of May. That is, hopefully I'll be there 5th of May, and the bookings are already open for Sydney consultation. So if you want to grab a spot for 5th of May, Sydney face to face, it is available at the moment. There are, I think, 2-3 spots available. So if you want to take a spot for Sydney consultation. So I will be at our office, 3 Spring Street, Sydney, next week, Wednesday. So thank you guys, and thank you for joining me in this live session. And I'm really sorry I'm not able to answer all the questions. The plan was to be live for 30 minutes, but I will be coming back on Tuesday. And those of you who have left comments, my plan will be to reply to your comments over the weekend. So thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.